Hello, followers and friends. How are you doing tonight? I haven't posted in over a week or so, so I'm due for a post, and I had to tonight because it's about the biggest news that's happened so far this year, possibly this decade. The United States has finally managed to kill Osama Bin Laden, the world's most wanted man. Last night at his compound, 100 miles north of Islamabad in Pakistan, the CIA-led SEAL Team 6 went in and a firefight ensued where, and they tried to get him to surrender. He wouldn't surrender, so they shot him once in the head and then they double tapped him. Yeah, they went up and they shot him again in the head to make sure that he was dead. So, the reason why I'm bringing it up tonight is we all know what happened. Well, that's the thing, though. Some people think, oh, it didn't happen. So, I am here tonight to debunk all the conspiracy theories. Because not even 24 hours after the man's dead, people are already just, they're trying to say it's a hoax. They're trying to say it didn't happen, and they got these reasons, and no. Okay, so I'm going to go through them. Number one, why did they bury him at sea? Well, I mean, this was brought up by my friend Matt Metcalf. We've been friends for years, but he said on my Facebook, it's a scam. If they killed him, they should have strung him up and put him on ground zero and watch him rot. Why would they dump his ass in the ocean? I think it's a publicity stunt. Well, let me start off by why they would dump his ass in the ocean. Because, A, they couldn't find a country that could take his body within 24 hours. Nobody wanted him. His own family did not want his body. That's how much, and not every single Muslim likes Osama Bin Laden, and not every single terrorist even, or terror group, I should say, likes Osama Bin Laden. He's just a leader. He just happened to be a guy with a lot of money and a lot of zeal who, throwing his weight around. I mean, yeah, sure, he has followers, but, nobody wants to take that damn body. B, his gravesite would most likely become a place of gathering for his followers, and he'd become a martyr. That's not what we want. This is a guy who was responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent people. We don't want his place, and plus you have to pay security to stand around it, and there's still, chances that the grave would be mutilated. Now, according to Muslim law, the sea burial is allowed if they believe that the grave will be desecrated, and that's what they did. They buried him in the Arabian Sea. They most likely tied a stone to his body, as according to Muslim law. I'm reading here on an article in a website called The Lookout. It's a Yahoo News blog by a guy named Zachary Roth, and it states here that in emergency circumstances he can be allowed to be buried at sea. So yeah, nobody wanted his body. We couldn't do, it was ordered from the beginning to do it because we couldn't find anybody that would take his body within 24 hours. And, it would have caused more problems in the end. Okay, number two, why isn't there a picture? Well, I mean, yeah, there was that one released, but they think it looks very photoshopped. I'll guarantee you they took pictures. I guarantee you that the president's seen them. I guarantee you Robert Gates has seen them. That's the Secretary of Defense. I guarantee you General Petraeus has seen him. I believe he's now the director of the CIA, if I'm not mistaken. But they can't release him because it would cause a lot of backlash and anger among his followers. And I guarantee you, right now as we speak, there is retaliations being planned. Whether they will go through or not, I don't know. Let's hope not. And I'm pretty sure that we got our guard way up right now. I'm pretty sure, motherfuckers ain't gonna get shit. We've done a really good job of blocking attacks since 9/11 because our guard's up. We got it way up. Okay, so, they don't want to, and they don't want to post a picture. They don't want to provoke anything yet. I guarantee you, as time goes on, these things will be released, once it's not so fresh in people's minds. But right now, you can't be doing that, Why do you think they haven't released the names of anybody who, any of the SEAL team members or anybody who was, the only person that we know was directly involved in this was President Obama. Okay? And they got his DNA. They already had a doctor set up and everything. They already had the medical experts set up to grab his, they got a DNA match. Okay? It could not be a publicity stunt, because think about this. What if it got found out? Okay, there's enough people already digging through there. What if it got found out? Obama, his character, the entire administration would be way more fucked than it ever has been. I mean, it would be done. He would never be able, he'd have to hide his face in the pages of history and hope they didn't shit on him too bad. Okay? And then, like, people are saying, like, oh, this is just a move by Obama to get himself reelected. No, because it's a year and a half before the election, okay? I could see where that could be a valid point if this was, next summer when the primaries are going to be in full swing for the 2012, or not so much primaries, but even the debates for the 2012 presidential election. But, I mean, this is not, Obama set out to kill Osama Bin Laden early in his presidency. He wanted to finish something that George W. Bush could not do, okay? In 2005, when Osama, sorry Obama, you still my man. In 2005, when Osama, nobody would. It was like, Osama who? Okay, I mean, after we invaded Iraq, Afghanistan was. We didn't hear anything about Afghanistan. We didn't start hearing about between 2003 and probably 2009. You didn't hear shit about Afghanistan. Then all of a sudden, it started to be like, okay, Iraq's slowing down, but Afghanistan's picking up because the Taliban, because we left our guard down there. Bush put Afghanistan on the back burner, and he let Iraq take the forefront of things, which was a waste of fucking time. Like, seriously, like, I mean, it wasn't a waste of time. I guess we did get rid of Saddam Hussein, one of those evil men, yada yada yada. But I mean, we didn't have to go after Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was not a real threat, as we all know. He did not have weapons of mass destruction. There's no evidence that he was truly harboring terrorist groups. He was just a dick to his own. There's lots of people that are dicks. And back in the 80s, we gave him training. We gave him jets and training and weapons to fight the Iranians, as we did Osama in the 80s as well, to fight the Soviets. I mean, our enemies are a product of our past, as we all know. And, yeah, so it's totally not a publicity stunt for Obama to get reelected, because, he doesn't need to do that right now. First of all, who the fuck do the Republicans even have that could, even though his approval ratings suck, the Republicans have nobody right now. Nobody that even says, yeah, Trump? Right. Okay, so we covered the burial at sea. Why is there no pictures? Because, we don't want to cause an uproar. But there will be pictures in the future. Yeah. The president. It's too early for him to be pulling a publicity stunt like that to get reelected. I'm a big Obama fan. I have been from the beginning. Whatever. You don't have to like him, but he really speaks to me. I think he's a good president. I don't agree with 100% of what he does, but probably most of what he does, And he set out, he made it a goal to bring justice to the American people, to the ones who suffered in New York, in Washington, D.C., in Pennsylvania. I mean, why would they have a reason to lie about it, especially since we didn't expect it? A lot of people were like, oh, he's either already dead or we're never going to find him. And then, bam, out of nowhere. I don't know. I mean, this is the news story of the decade, okay? Maybe even of so far of this. I mean, since this is the biggest story since 9/11 happened. I mean, my hat's off to I mean, and even Rush Limbaugh, Obama's biggest critic, Rush Limbaugh, praised him for it. If Rush Limbaugh praised him for it, I mean, come on, folks. Need I say more? Okay? So, Osama Bin Laden is fucking dead. Okay, so conspiracy theorists, go back to Roswell, go back to talk about maybe Tupac's not dead. You never know. Elvis is still alive. Yeah, the Twin Towers was blown up by George W. Bush. He just pulled the plunger. Also bullshit, but I mean, that's for a whole nother time, Zeitgeist, load of shit. Okay? And I'm a liberal myself, and the thing is, yeah, politicians lie, but, I mean, on such a level, do you realize what they'd be risking? Do you think the American people would just stand by and let something like, come on now. Come on now. If it was found out that George W. Bush administration really planned 9/11, they'd be strung upside down by their fucking feet and spit and stabbed and shot. Okay? It's what happened. No, nobody wants to do. Come on now. You're never stronger than your own people. Never. Okay? Osama Bin Laden's dead. End of story. Okay? There will be pictures. More is going to come out. It's only been 24 hours. We're going to find out more. Promise. I'm surprised we found out as much as we have. So, I would like some feedback. Don't come on here calling me a piece of shit, because I really don't care if you do. I mean, it's not like you're going to affect my life. I know I'm a piece of shit, whatever. I don't need you to tell me. So, Osama is dead. End of story. Have a good night.